In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to disassemble and reassemble the slide from the frame on a Kahr semi-automatic pistol. This is a CW9. These instructions and demonstration will work on all Kahr semi-automatics in the series of CW, CM, PM, P, TP, and T. They all function exactly the same. We have a slide on the top, the frame, the slide lock lever, and the pin that's attached to the slide lock lever that holds the slide onto the frame. Rule number one, we'll always consider that all weapons are loaded and dangerous. So let's unload this weapon, render it safe, and then begin the process. First thing we'll do is press the magazine release button to drop the magazine. And we see there are rounds of ammunition in here. In this case, these are called snap caps, so that's sort of the common name for them. That's a brand name. And what these are is plastic coated casings. They're inert, there's no gunpowder in there, nothing to fire. These are used for training and demonstration purposes and to help you do dry firing and things like that. So we're going to rack the slide back, which is pull it back, eject the round, and then we can begin the process. Alright, there's the round. In this case, it's actually going to come out the bottom because I couldn't pull it back too far because of the camera. So let's go ahead and lock the slide back, triple check, no round in the chamber, nothing in the mag well. Again, we'll close it, and we're ready to begin the process. Now, the quirk on Kahr weapons is that they have a couple of notches here that need to line up in order to get the slide lock pin out. So there's a notch right there on the slide. That's called a witness mark, sometimes referred to as an index mark. There's a comparable one right here on the frame, and these two need to line up first before we can get this out. So what we need to do is get this frame back just to the right place and line those right up, and at that point we can push the pin out. Sometimes Kahr recommends hitting this lightly with a butt end of a screwdriver, a flat bladed screwdriver. Once you get it broken in, you should be able to do it by hand. So I'm going to pop it out, and you see it came out just a little bit. Again, Kahr says you could use a flat bladed screwdriver to put in here and pry this up a little bit if you need to. Once you have the weapon broken in, you should be able to do this by hand. So there's our slide lock and pin, and now we'll let the slide go back to its neutral position. In order to remove the slide from the weapon, we need to depress the trigger and hold it down, and at that time we can slide the slide right off the frame. And from here you could remove the rod and the spring and the barrel and do your cleaning or maintenance to the weapon. Now, to put these back on, simply put the slide back on and put it into the neutral position, which is right here. What we need to look at on a Kahr weapon that's important is that there's a sort of another hinge spring is hinge in here, and there's this little wire spring that goes around, and you see the end of that right there that's sticking up, kind of an S shape. That needs to be up right in the middle of this square hole. If it's down too far, it'll impede the slide pin going in, because there is a little protrusion here on the slide lock pin, and that little wedged protrusion needs to go in underneath that spring into this hole. So that's just something just to check. So let's put the slide lock pin in a little bit, and we'll press it in part way. It's going to hold about there. Now we need to slide the slide back again to line up the witness marks. Once we get them lined up and hold it very tightly, we can snap the slide lock back in, and the weapon is back. Let's go ahead and put our snap caps back in. Rack one into the chamber, and now the weapon is hot and ready to fire. So that's how you disassemble and then reassemble the slide onto a Kahr semi-automatic pistol. This works again in the series of Kahr models of CW, CM, PM, P, TP, and T. Thanks for watching, and always practice safe gun handling.